Welcome to a new video. For those that are new to the channel, welcome. Just remember to subscribe. Click that subscribe button so that you're up to speed with all the content that is uploaded from here on out. Alright, so the purpose of today's video is kind of just to run over my trading setup and my office. Alright, now before we get into that, me as an individual, you know, I'm simple. I'm a simple human being, and you know, from the charts, the simplicity in my charts and my approach to the market, I implement simplicity and minimalism in every aspect. Alright, from, like I've just said, the charts to my living space and to just my everyday life. Right now, with that being said, okay, let's get straight to it. Now let's start with the office. You can hear there's a slight echo, which means that my office space is fairly empty, right? I've got the trading setup, which is the desk, the chair, I've got my golf bag in the corner, and a couch. That's pretty much it, right? The reason for that is because I don't like my workspace to be cluttered. You know, I'm here to work. I sit in the chair in front of my setup. I concentrate, I focus. Once once session's finished, I get up and I leave. So I don't need much more in my office, all right? So I'm not really interested in putting carpets and all that sort of stuff in to break the echo. I'm pretty happy with how it is at the moment. I know when I walk in that door, I've got a clean thought process, and there's nothing around to mess with that or to distract me. So that's just a bit about that. Let's get into the actual setup. We've got the desk. Starting with the desk, we've got a trestle table, just a nice plain piece of wood on some legs. The only purpose for that is just to keep the monitors upright, or to support the monitors and whatnot. So it's just a simple desk, okay? I don't need a bulky desk that fills half the room. You know, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. It's just more clutter, okay? So that's the desk. Let's get to the displays. We've got a 21.5 inch and another 21.5 inch, just a simple standard monitor, the brand being Dell. I'm not too sure what I paid for those. I can't really remember. But now the purpose of those two screens, so the screen on the right hand side, that kind of runs all the community platforms, right? You can see that the members portal is currently open there for all the trade breakdowns. I then use that for Discord, for Telegram, for Zoom, and for any other communication platform or app for the community. Then the monitor on the left hand side, that runs MT4, okay? That is the only purpose for that monitor. I do not use that for anything else but MT4. Then we've got the center display, which is an LG 29 inch ultra wide. Now that, as you can see, there is a chart open on the screen. That is all I use that monitor for. You know, I personally like to see a chart open, one single chart at a time. The ultra wide, it just gives you a lot of space, gives you a lot of, you know, data, without having to scroll and scroll and scroll. So for me, I just like to see the charts open like that. So that's pretty much the monitors, right? Now let's get into the kind of the desktops, the laptops, and all that sort of stuff. So here we've got the MacBook Pro, the 2021, so the latest model, and that was going to be used to kind of support those two external displays, as both those run off, you know, Apple. They run off the Mac Mini at the back, which I'll get to in a moment. So when I bought that, or upgraded my older MacBook to the latest one, you know, I kind of found out that the chip does not support, the new chip doesn't support two external displays. So ran into a bit of a problem over there, which means, you know, if I had to use that, I would only, you know, be able to run either one of those monitors, which was a problem. So that at the moment kind of, it's useless. I use that for, you know, personal things. So that kind of sits there 24/7, which brings me to the next point, the Mac Mini, which kind of sits at the back corner, just behind this monitor over here. That is the Mac Mini. Not too sure about the model. Yeah, you know, I'm not crazy over all these weird and wonderful specs and whatnot. All I needed that for was to run two external displays, okay? So to kind of replace the MacBook Pro. So I kind of just bought that. You know, now I'm able to run two external displays, so my setup is complete. So yeah, that's all that's used for really. That's purely for trading. That houses all trading content, so, you know, drives, community, communication platforms, and all that sort of stuff, like I've just made mention of. So that's an Apple, all right. We then have in the corner, or in the bottom left-hand corner down on the floor, or on the shelf really, we've got a laptop, just a standard Windows laptop. It was pretty much the cheapest laptop I could find that would support MT4. I didn't see a need to go and have this whole fancy tower built just to run one platform. So yeah, that's pretty much what. Not really familiar with the brand, but hey, it does the job. It just shows you don't need to have the most expensive equipment to be able to trade. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Then let's get to this. We've got the mic, which I use. I've actually got the box here. That is what's that? That's a Blazer studio microphone kit, right? By Red Dragon. So that's just a normal standard condenser mic. Once again, not too concerned or worried about the specs of this. The only reason for that is the Mac Mini I don't think has a built-in mic, or it does, but it's not too great. I'm not too sure. But anyway, I needed a condenser mic to kind of break the echo in that a bit as well when I hop into those live webinars and whatnot with the community members on a daily basis. So yeah, bought that. That's pretty much that. Then let's get into the keyboard. Keyboard is the MX keys from Logitech. The reason I got the MX keys was just so that I could run, use a keyboard, have one single keyboard which sits here that supports both Windows as well as Mac at the same time. So there is actually, if you have a look here on the MX keys, you'll see that there's two buttons over there, right? Now I can switch between Windows and Mac, so that's pretty handy. So I don't have to clutter my desk. Then looking at the mouse that I use, just a standard Microsoft Bluetooth mouse for this setup over here, which is then through or connected to the Mac Mini. And then I've got, I don't know what this is, also a Microsoft Bluetooth, I think that's a whatever, yeah. Just a standard old mouse that I use with the Windows laptop for MT4. And that's pretty much that. Oh, and the chair, don't really know what brand chair this is. Picked this up for fairly cheap, really. Just like the backrest over here that can be adjusted, the little cushion that supports my head. Otherwise, fairly comfortable, but nothing special. I didn't pay an arm. It didn't cost me an arm and a leg. So that's pretty much the setup. And then obviously we've got the golf bag, we've got the couch, and then some empty space. But yeah, that's the trading setup. Pretty simple yet effective. It does the job, all right. It does what I need it to do. I haven't pumped stupid amounts of money into the setup, which then once again proves a point that it's not about the material items. It's not about having the best brands. It's not about having top of the range equipment, right? It really isn't. All you need is a stable internet connection. You need a laptop that supports MT4, MT5, and you need a laptop that you can access the internet on, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, it would be cool to break everything down, by brand, by what it costs. But like I said, I have not kept the receipts. I do not know the costs of each item offhand. So it is what it is. I mean, you can always go and do the Googling and the research yourself. But the Apple products being the bulk of it, obviously the MacBook Pro and the Mac Mini, and then obviously this was quite a pricey keyboard. I think that was like what, $2.5 grand or something silly. But yeah, it's one of its kind. You don't find a keyboard anywhere else that supports Windows and Mac at the same time. So that was the need for that. But otherwise, I think that's a wrap. That's my trading setup, that's my office, and this is what I use on a daily basis, right? Nice, simple, clean, and that's how I like to keep it. Nothing complicated and nothing over the top. It might not be the most aesthetic looking setup, but like I said, I walk into this office, I sit down, I trade, and we then go and enjoy our free time. All right, but otherwise, just remember to hit that subscribe button and keep your eyes out on the content to follow. Have a good one.